What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing a transfer update. I do hope that everyone is recovering from yesterday's defeat at home against Crystal Palace. Dust is starting to settle, so I thought we'll come out with a nice positive video here before we head into the big week coming up with Champions League football and also the derby next weekend. So yeah, try and keep things as positive here as possible. So don't forget, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're less than 300 subs now away from 21k subscribers. In fact, less than 250 subscribers away from 21k subscribers, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. I will be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the winter-January transfer window, so if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester City transfer news this winter, then do subscribe with your push notifications on. Social media links are in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video, aiming for 300 likes. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts of these transfers in the comments below. And lastly, this video is sponsored and it's brought to you by Manscaped.com.
This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the premium global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. Manscaped provide the best tools, equipment and liquids for every body part. They have been kind enough to send me the new Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a cordless trimmer with a wireless charging system, providing 90 minutes on one full charge on the lithium-ion battery. The trimmer has LED lights on the front to show battery life and also on the trimmer for a more precise shave. Ceramic blades with skin-safe technology are provided to help reduce nicks and cuts. 4 trimmer guard options are also available to customize your hair length. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof, allowing for easy cleanup. A new travel lock feature is built in to prevent vibrations whilst on the go. So come and join me and 2 million other men worldwide who trust Manscaped when it comes to keeping yourself clean and tidy. Use code JSGC20 for 20% off and free worldwide shipping.
Thank you very much to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and cop yourself 20% off and free worldwide shipping, then go and use my code JSGC20 at checkout to get yourself 20% off on that free worldwide shipping. A big thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Let's crack on with this video though. We're going to start off first with some contract news. Firstly, we've got an update on Ferran Torres. Now, the Daily Star have said that Ferran Torres, he is set to be offered a new contract at Manchester City as well as a pay rise. His current deal runs out in 2025 in the summer, and Manchester City are believed to be wanting to add another 2 years on top of that contract, so it would be a contract until the summer of 2027. So we're talking a 6-year contract where Manchester City want to double his wage from £50,000 a week to £100,000 a week. Nice. Anyway, we've got an update on James McAtee as well. A new contract update on him. The latest is Manchester City want him on a new long-term deal, but it's believed that Manchester City are starting to grow uneasy that this contract still has not been signed yet. This is according to The Sun. Liverpool and Manchester United are believed to be sniffing around James McAtee and are showing interest in the Manchester City 19-year-old midfielder whose contract expires in June of 2023, so we are talking around 18 months left on his contract, give or take a month or two here on his contract, and City are wanting to get him tied down to a new long-term contract which he still has not signed. We'll see what happens with regards to that. So positive news for Ferran Torres, not so positive news in terms of James McAtee. Now, moving on to the outs, we've got an update on Pedro Porro. Now, Record in Portugal are saying that Sporting Club de Portugal, they have an agreement in place with Pedro Porro to sign him for them until 2025. This deal would include a release clause of 45 million euros. Manchester City, before this deal is announced, are still working on that deal because City do want a buyback clause included. I imagine there will be a small fee that Sporting CP would pay to Manchester City for Pedro Porro. That remains to be seen though how much that would be for. So that is the latest from Portugal. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got a new name. It comes in the form of Bojan Kovacevic. I hope I've said his name right. Now, he plays for FK Cukaricki, I hope I've said their name right, of Serbia. He's a 17-year-old defensive midfielder. City have had scouts in Serbia having a look at him. This is according to Mozzart Sport, based in Belgrade. Cukaricki, though, however you say their name, they're wanting a club record fee for Bojan, which is believed to be €5 million. Their previous transfer record for a player sold was Slobodan Tedic, who signed for Manchester City, of course. That was for €3 million, so they're believed to be wanting a couple of €1 million more for their new upcoming talent in the form of Bojan Kovacevic. We'll see what happens with regards to that. Now, speaking of new names, moves us on to another player, and this is interesting. Slightly funny, not too sure what to take on it, comes in the form of Antonio Rudiger. Now, he has less than 12 months on his contract with Chelsea. It's believed that he doesn't want to sign a new contract. Spurs and Manchester City are believed to be interested, along with Bayern Munich, PSG, and also Juventus. That's according to Marzio of Sky Italia. Now, the stance from Manchester City right now is we do not need a centre-back, so I do have a lot of doubts about this story. And if I'm honest about Rudiger himself, I'm not a real fan of his incident that he had with Kevin De Bruyne last year in the Champions League final, and I just feel like if we were after a centre-back, I would rather go after somebody that would more suit Manchester City. Antonio Rudiger's a very in-your-face, comes across as a pretty arrogant centre-back, which normally 9 times out of 10 I would be looking for that, but considering the previous that he's had with Chelsea against Manchester City, I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, I'm excited about the transfer. I'll let you know right now, I'm not a real fan of Antonio Rudiger. I do not like him, and I don't want him at Manchester City. He's a 29-year-old centre-back in March as well. To me, we don't need him. We have plenty of centre-backs here at Manchester City. We've got Ruben Diaz, we've got Aymeric Laporte, John Stones, Nathan Ake. I'm not too sure anytime soon I see any of them players leaving. The only player that's out of them that's been linked with the exit door has been Aymeric Laporte. He's got himself into the Manchester City first team squad, and he's had a brilliant season for Manchester City, regardless of what happened yesterday, and people blaming him for the goal and blaming him for the sending off and what happened in that game. Albeit, apart from that game, he has had a wonderful season for Manchester City. He's kept a class player like John Stones out of the team. So, unless Laporte leaves, I just don't see Manchester City wanting to sign a centre-back within the next 12 months or so. So I do not think that Rudiger would be an option. Yes, he would be free. Yes, he would be cheap. Yes, he's got Premier League experience. But if you're telling me right now if it's a straight choice between keeping our current centre-backs or displacing one of Laporte or Stones for Rudiger, I'd tell you, no thanks, I'd rather stick with what we have got. But they are my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts of that interesting transfer in the comments below. Now, we've got another new name. This is interesting as well. Comes in the form of Charles De Ketelare. I hope I said his name right. He's the striker that plays for Bruges. Some City fans may well be quite familiar with him. Now, Calcio Mercato in Italy is saying that Pep Guardiola, he was impressed with the Bruges striker when playing against Manchester City during our 5-1 drubbing of Bruges in Belgium. He's a 20-year-old, like I said, covers the striker, can play out on the left wing too, and Pep apparently wants him adding to Manchester City's transfer list when having a look at an attacker. That's interesting. Would like to know your thoughts in the comments below of that one. To be honest, I'm looking for ready-made, world-class, ready-to-go. If we're after 2 attackers, then albeit go after a younger, more unproven prospect. But in terms of the actual attacking position that City need, and we're crying out for it, okay? I want someone that's going to set the world alight, someone that's going to come in straight away and score goals. That's going to cost us a lot of money, but to me, we need that, particularly since we've lost Sergio Aguero. So there we go. Now, moving on to one of them players, last story, comes in the form of Erling Haaland, and we've got an update on him. The latest is Mark Ogden saying that Erling Haaland, for wages, is wanting around £500,000 per week, and his representatives, they're wanting a larger fee for sorting this transfer, as his release clause is low, so they're wanting much more money. This is going to be one very expensive transfer for City to get done. City are one of a few clubs that are having a look at Erling Haaland. We know that PSG have had a look and then cooled their interest. Real Madrid have had a look and cooled their interest. anything can happen within the next 7-8 months or so until the summer transfer window does reopen. I'm not expecting Manchester City to make a move for Erling Haaland or any top class striker in the January transfer market. However, we might still do that. I'm just not sure that we will, considering Erling Haaland's release clause does come active in the summer. I just don't see City paying millions of pounds more to get it secured a few months before, when we can get him on a pre-contract, we can get him on an agreement with Dortmund from February onwards, like we saw with what Bayern Munich did with Dayot Upamecano just last February. So we'll see what happens with regards to that. So there we go, that has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 300 likes, any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Antonio Rudiger, what are your thoughts? Erling Haaland latest, what are your thoughts? Do let me know in the comments below. What's your thoughts on James McAtee and that contract as well? I would like to know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Like I said, I am going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the January winter transfer window, so do stay tuned for that. Subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on now. Less than 250 subscribers away from my goal of 21k subscribers. Also, don't forget to go and check out my social media links, Twitter and Instagram. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my social media. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, Manscaped. All details are in the description. Go and cop yourself 20% off using my code JSGC20 at checkout to get yourself 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Big thank you there to Manscaped for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you all again very soon. It will be the preview up next for the Bruges home game in the Champions League. A big week coming up for Manchester City, so I'll see you all for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.